Greetings, gamers. It is I, Gamer Monster, and today I am finally getting around to making a video on Exos Heroes. Unless you've been living under a rock recently, if you play gacha games at all, this game has been all over the place and it has been extremely popular. I have been a bit slow in getting through things to make this video, but we are here now. Okay, there is a lot to go over. This game has a lot of moving parts, but we can start with the most obvious, the look. As you can see from my home screen here, we have several characters. This is my current party that I have right now. And you can see that the art style is a little bit different, but very nice. It's got almost a painterly kind of feel to it. Here's some of the characters that I have, like some of the guys you saw on the front screen, some other ones as well. They have hamster guys. How cool is that? Hamster guys. You know, various mages and tanks and different characters from all kinds of different styles here, which, you know, that's pretty cool. Here's the main character, Xeon, who for once actually looks different than your average, hey, I am a main character NPC guy for you to be playing on this game. But all right, now that we've kind of taken a look at some of the characters and just kind of the art style, let's head into a battle so we can get the basics down. I'm just going to go ahead and go into my next story battle. Okay, don't worry about all this. I mean, this is all just the information that you get for the battle itself. I'll go over everything here once we actually get into the fight itself. As you can see from how my guys are walking around here, this is the overworld map. Looks like a pop-up book. How cool is that? It's cool. Okay, so we're going to hop in here. Got to load for a second, obviously. Okay, story. We'll just go through here real quick. We don't need to watch all this. My skip button, unfortunately, is underneath my invisible stop recording button, so I couldn't push it. But anyways, we're here in battle now. I'll turn off ×2 speed, and auto is off, so we can show you how this works here. Okay, it is a typical turn-based. Down at the bottom, you can see the turn order for all the different characters, with the current character being right there. All your enemies are lined up. Now you'll notice some colored little like hexagons that are next to their life bars. Those are Guardian Stones. This game has a break mechanic, but unlike most games that have you fill up a bar, this game's break mechanic deals with elements. As you can see, my current character is a fire character. So if I attack one of these guys here with a glowing red Guardian Stone, he is now broken. And any attacks that I do against him now will do extra damage, and he can't take any actions himself. But you'll also notice the guy in the middle, his Guardian Stones have question marks on them. That's because I have never fought that particular bad guy before, so I have no idea what his Guardian Stones are. Only way to find out is to attack him. Yeah, see, I attacked with a fire unit, and it revealed that one of his Guardian Stones was a fire one. So now we got to try and see if we can't get other guys, his other Guardian Stone, so we can break him as well. I'm going to do this ability here that attacks all enemies, and maybe his next stone will break, and we'll have another broken character. In fact, he had a fire and a machine Guardian Stone. But in any case, we can put it on auto now, so you can kind of just see how things go for the rest of the flow of battle. You know, it's your basic typical stuff. Now over here in the corner, you'll see that it says clear in so many turns. That is the requirements that I have to get 3 stars on this stage. And it can have all sorts of different things like break so many enemies, don't break any enemies, break a certain enemy, nobody dies, all sorts of various things. So you have to make sure you pay attention to those because they vary so much, and the kinds of guardian stones that are on the different enemies are different. You'll be switching characters in and out of your party to suit the each fight to be able to make sure you get those 3 stars. Okay. We'll just go ahead and skip through all this. We don't need to read that right now. I can always go back and read it later. There is a decent amount of story in this game. However, I guess we can go ahead and cover that next. When you have actual cutscenes with voice acting, the script is pretty decent. However, in these kind of 2D scenes right here, man, there's a lot of talking on this one. Translation is just awful. This also goes with even a lot of the description texts and everything for abilities or any of the help text. You know, if you're trying to look up things about the game, it's so badly translated. I don't really understand why Korean companies cannot get this down right. I mean, how many Korean games have come over here with just this translation where you're reading along and all of a sudden you're like, I don't even know what they're trying to say, let alone it being just kind of, bad but understandable. But once again, we have a game like that. I guess with the voice acted scenes, the voice actors themselves were able to give them some input on, this would probably make a lot more sense this way or something like that. Because they're not too bad, but man, with the written text, it can just be awful. Even their patch notes are barely understandable sometimes. But if you don't care about any of that, you just want the mechanics, that's fine. Speaking of all the mechanics and how all this game works and everything, let's just start going through everything. Okay, I guess we'll start with character progression. All the different things you can do to level up your guys. If you see on the buttons underneath my Mahar here, you can level them up. It's pretty self-explanatory. You get these scrolls. You use the scrolls that gives them experience, and he levels up. Pretty much every game has that. Then we have Enhance. The way Enhance works is you throw other characters. Now, these little rainbow dragon guys right here, they're specifically made for this purpose. But if we scroll down, you can see you could even throw in just regular characters. And if you match the element, like these machine guys right here, you get a bonus. And what it is if you look right over here, you'll see that it says 27.5%. Once I hit the Enhance button, it's going to go through each character, and each one has that percent chance to give my character a +1 boost to his enhancement. So I'm going to try putting these 5 guys in here. Actually, let's go ahead and fill out the roster. Pay some gold, and we'll enhance. Yes, I want to. And it'll go through and see how many enhancements. Maximum enhancement is +5. So once it reaches that, oh my goodness. Notice how each one, fail, then I got a success, and then fail, all the way over. So I only got, out of all those guys, I only got +2. So I'll bet a total of +2 on my enhancement. And that's what this white +2 is next to my character's portrait. And of course, enhancement increases your stats. Then you have Transcend. As you can see over here, you have to be able to toss in an identical hero or a special spirit, which I have neither of, in order to transcend the character. That's what this blue +1 is. I've already transcended him once. And as you can see right here, Transcendence increases your maximum level. There's also this Bless button here, but I haven't gotten far enough to unlock that yet, so I'm not sure exactly how that works. Yeah, I know. I've had plenty of time to unlock everything, but as you can see from my list up here, I'm only on chapter 5. It's because I've been taking things pretty slow. I have my other main games that I'm playing, everything like War of the Visions, and so I just don't have time to pump a whole lot of effort into other games like this right now. Hopefully that will change in the future. But, all right, past that, you can set up your team with the second button here. Obviously, you have your inventory. Okay, Fate Cores. This is an interesting thing that this game has. Basically, it has your typical array of starred rarity all the way up to 5-star characters, which are called fated characters. But then, on top of that, it has like an extra layer of rarity. And that's what these Fate Cores are. But in addition to being an extra layer of rarity, they're also costumes. Let's head in here. We'll go over here and check this out. This is Xenon's Fate Core. Remember, Xenon was that main character that I showed you before. This, obviously, he looks totally different. He's got his whole dragon armor on and everything. But in addition to that, Fate Cores also change your passives and sometimes the character's abilities as well, basically making them more powerful. In particular, these Dragon Blood characters right now are very meta. But let's see here. We'll hit recruit later. We'll kind of end the video off with a summon session because I have enough currency to be able to do a 10-time summon. We'll see what we can get. But in addition to your regular currency summon, they also have this thing called the Door of Creation. And this is another way of summoning guys. Or making other things, like you can actually create Levistones or experience scrolls. Levistones are basically your stamina in this game, and then obviously the experience scrolls are for leveling up your guys. I don't ever make any of those. I just go for the recruitment. And as you can see right up here, randomly obtain one of common to fated here. So you can get 5-star characters out of this one in particular. Not each one's different. Like this one only gets you up to legendary 4-star characters. Now obviously because this is all free and everything, the chances are pretty low. But I have actually gotten one 5-star out of this so far. Why don't we go ahead and just give a craft here and see if we can't get anything. And nope, it's a blue. So we got a 3-star as our best one. Alright, but we'll leave that for now. They do have your typical dispatch missions, and then exploration is just another version of dispatch. The actual dispatch here uses low-level 2-star, 1-star characters, whereas exploration uses 3-star characters, as we can see right here by 3-star team there. So you do have a use for your lower rarity guys, just getting some resources and stuff. Okay. The game does have guilds, which are your air squadrons. I'm not a part of one yet. I'll look for one eventually. Alliance is your friends list, which they have friend points you can exchange. Speaking of exchange, there are special currencies that you can earn by like disassembling gear or characters that you can now exchange in the shop for other things. In fact, I have a legendary piece of gear that I'm about to buy right now. Boop. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's all just in this in your airship screen right here. In addition to that, they also have cities that you can go into. This is the third city in the game, Eisenwald. There's not a lot to do on these, and as you can see, it takes a bit to load up. But you pop in with your leader character that you've set. You can move around. You can actually see other players. Like, yeah, see, there we go. No, never mind. That's an NPC. But if there were any other players around here, they could pop in. You could see them. And there's a couple of things you can do here. There's a mini game you can play. You have this Wug Run Fest, which is kind of another type of mini game where you race frogs. This is where the events tab is, which has your login, time reward, as well as beginners get 7 days of bonuses, and then you get bonuses as you increase your account level. All right, and also they have this daily tournament, which is pretty neat. I'm not sure who gets to sign up for the actual tournament itself, but the rest of us, that's from last week's tournament, the rest of us get to vote on who is going to win. I'm just going to go with the popular choices right there. Predict, yes, and as you get correct guesses, you get rewards. That's cool. And then they have this Heroes Challenge right here where you have to fill in each of the circles with certain characters, which I'm not going to bother doing right now, but if you manage to get them all, also get a reward. Then, on top of that, they have the world map that you guys saw earlier when I was jumping into that fight. But this world map, you can actually just kind of freely walk around in if you wanted to, and you could actually go to the next mission manually if you wanted. I'm not seeing anything right now, but there's also other things that you can do in here. Oh, here we go. Like this little guy. Just walk up to him, and he's the Gold Grave Robber. You can fight him, and if you win, you get a reward. This guy kind of works a little bit like Metal Slimes do in Dragon Quest. You only hit him for a point of damage, and the point is to okay, unless you're critical, then you get 2. The point is to try and beat him before he runs away. Oh, my guys are actually okay. Obviously, he dodges a whole bunch. I've only been able to actually beat him once or twice. But if you do manage to get him, you do get a very valuable piece of item that you can use in the Door of Creation to once again try and summon 4 more guys. It's the best summon that the Door of Creation has, at least for me for the moment, because it's 3-star to 5-star instead of 1-star to 5-star. So you get better guys from it. Oh man, I keep criticaling him, so I might actually even get him this time. That would be pretty cool. Let's see if my guys can actually do it. Unfortunately, you can only do basic attacks. But still, they managed to get him. Gotcha. All right. That was cool. All right. So, but there are other things you can do. There's like some world bosses that you can fight for gear and stuff like that. There are little like merchant guys running around that can give you free levy stones to fill up. But also, the world map is where you get to your challenges. And this is all your daily grinds, your experience stage, the Spirit Sanctum, which is where you get those little dragon guys for your enhancements, Hero Battle, where you can try and let's see who it is this time, but you can basically earn points to get a character. I don't really want either one of those characters, so I'm not going to bother with it. Okay. Well, you gold stage. These trade routes are where you can get gear and gear enhancement materials. Blessing Sanctum is the materials for blessing. The PvP arenas here, as well as the Labyrinth, which is kind of like a tower mode. And then finally, on top of all that, you also have exploration. Exploration you can do while the game is still running, which is your basic exploration here, and it's an idle mode. You guys just kind of wander around digging for buried treasure. Smart exploration is the same thing except offline. Once you start it, your app will shut down and your guys start exploring. You can't find the bonus treasure though in smart exploration. Basically, your lucky find, so to speak. That can only be done while the game is still on. But oh, I see a marker. Yeah, this little marker here says that I can go explore these woods, and I'll get some materials that once again I can use in the Door of Creation to summon 4 more guys. Just kind of walk around until the bar fills up, and there we go. So in any case, I mean, as you can see, there is a lot to this game, and I haven't even unlocked everything. There's raids. There's an event going on right now that I can't get to yet because I haven't made it all the way up to chapter 7. And I think there's another mode that I'm forgetting about right now, but I'm sure, you know what, I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. There's so many working parts in this game that there's no way to keep it all in your head all at once. At least not for me. Maybe you guys are a lot smarter. In fact, you probably are. But that does it for a good overview of everything, at least. And so let's head to the airship, because we're going to go and try our luck at recruitment this one last time before the video ends. Oh, speaking of which, with your recruitment, you can see over here, you have various mileages that as you summon, you get more bonuses. The first one is for just getting 3-star or higher guys. The Fate mileage is obviously for getting 5-star characters, and the core mileage is if you can manage to summon on the banner 19 times, you're guaranteed to get the featured Fate core character. I've only gotten 6. This is only going to be 7. I'm probably not going to have nearly enough time to finish that out, but we're going to see what we can't get. This game definitely has a pretty cool summoning animation. We're going to let it play out so you guys can see it. Check it out. Here's all my possible new guys here. Please tap screen, no problem. I'll jump off and come flying down, cool anime style. Now, how this works is you have this front guy. If he pulls off his cloak like that, it means it's a 3-star or less. Let's see what this one is. Yep, no, there's 3-star. Okay. Actually, I said 3-star or less, but you actually can't get less than... Well, no, I take that back. I just did. Oh, I was thinking of that Door of Creation summon that I was talking about earlier. Another 2-star guy. So, nothing real spectacular right now. Ugh. Come on. Come on. Give me something better. You know, I'm guaranteed to get at least a legendary. But this has not been a good pull so far. In fact, my last couple of pulls have not been very good. But I guess that made up for the all the 5 stars I got earlier than that. But oh, come on. This is going to be ridiculous. Come on, give me a legendary, or at least don't let me go with just the one guaranteed legendary. That'd be awful. Goodness gracious. I hope I'm not wrong about that guaranteed legendary. It's got to be near the end of the summit at this point. Oh, there we go. See how he steps aside, and now we have this other guy, and oh, if he just pulls his cloak off like that, it's a 4-star. It's a dupe. I didn't even get anybody new. Yeah, that was awful. Oh, that was so bad. Oh well, it is what it is. But I do need to let you know that there is this other kind of summon here called String of Creation. From what I've heard, is actually not that great. But how it works, at least, so you at least know, is that you see all these characters here with the numbers next to them. Once you've summoned that many of those characters, you can't summon them anymore. As you can see from this Mahar that I got. He's done. I can't get him from this summon anymore. So eventually, you are guaranteed to get the top characters up there. But it takes so long, it takes so much currency that it's actually not as efficient, from what I understand. And also, the game does give you a special summon at the very beginning called a selection summon, which basically gives you a 4-star or a 5-star, and you can just re-roll it, re-roll it, re-roll it until you get the character you want. That's obviously a one-time deal. That's your kind of your starter summon, so to speak. In any case, that is Exos Heroes. I know I've rambled on for long enough now. Hopefully you guys found this to be informative. And if so, I would greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And of course, a subscribe. So that way you can have all the videos from Gamer Monster you want. In either case, we'll see you next time.